Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Work in Progress Wednesday, our bi-weekly hobby stream where we get together, work on some hobby stuff, and talk about hobby stuff. I am your host, Martin Synthesist, otherwise known as Mr. Pink, or just Pinky if you're freaky. And I am joined by my co-hosts, Kajan. Want to say hello, Kajan?
Hi, everyone.
Hello. And Will, otherwise known as Tactical Dbag. Want to say hello, Will?
Good evening, everyone.
Evening. Thank you both for joining this evening. It currently looks like it's just the three of us. YouTube says 2 people are watching, but that could well be Kajan, or you will if you have YouTube open, or even me. So I don't really know what's going on here. But here's your video. There we go. So what are you both working on tonight? Will, do you want to start?
I am trying to finally finish up my big malefactor Turbidon conversion that I've been starting on. Didn't really get to work too much on it the last couple of months, so blinking away little details that are never going to be seen by anybody but me, as
But
usual.
you'll know they're done, and that's what's important.
Yep.
And also the hardest part, like, I feel like cleaning up and filling in final details is the part that I struggle with a lot. So good on you for doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
And Kajan, what are you working on?
Almost the same thing. I'm also
Oh, you guys are both working on malefactors?
Yeah.
I just realized. That's amazing. I feel like,
I mean, totally different interpretations, but yeah.
well, that's good. I feel like I should go dig out my totally different interpretation of a malefactor that I started 1,000 years ago. But that would take me all night to dig it out, so I'm not going to do that right now, but maybe we should try for an all malefactor stream. I hadn't even considered that. For anyone who hasn't been paying oh, go ahead, Kaja.
Oh,
that was me. I was like, do that some night.
Will, for folks who haven't been paying attention to old Tyranid lore, can you explain what a malefactor is?
Malefactor is a old, I guess, epic level and second edition sort of big old Tyranid transport bug from back in the old second edition days. Only models, I think, were the big slug versions from Epic and the armor cast models that only a handful came out. Yeah, big old round claws that I think Kajan's version is evoking a little bit more clearly than mine, but it's fun. Big old crawly slug monster.
Videos seem to be black screens on the
Oh, geez,
screen.
I did a thing. Sorry. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm going to move these over here, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, there. Now they're back.
Oh, hey, Peter joined us.
Yeah.
Hello, Peter. Oh, Peter. Wait, hold on. Where are we? Where's Peter? God, I've got too many windows open. I can't use like half my screen. Oh, Peter. Okay. So I talked to Peter. I didn't know if Peter was going to join us. Peter said maybe he was going to join us. I'm not really sure. So, Peter, are you just joining in the chat? Did you want to join on voice, or what was your plan? Let us know. Because Peter was supposed to be the guest tonight, but he's got some stuff going on, and I didn't think he was going to be able to make it. And I suggested that he come on in 2 weeks. But apparently he's here right now. One sec. So, Peter, you should be able to, if you go on Discord, you open the Discord app, and you go into our server, the Shadow and the Warp Creature Conference server. If you scroll down the right-hand side, there's voice channels, and I've added you as like a special guest, so you should be able to join the CC Canon America stream.
There
okay.
you are.
Hello, Peter.
Hi.
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh, hey. Nice.
Hello and welcome.
Hey, thanks. This is kind of exciting for me.
Cool. Well, we're excited to have you. Will, did you turn your video off?
No. Well,
Mine seems
apparently
so.
yes.
Oh,
I
there we
didn't.
go.
Oh, but that was weird.
That's
Hold on
okay.
a second. What?
Peter, did you
Oh,
want?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up my camera right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Right, now I gotta
How's
figure
this?
out-
If you want, you can replace mine with his, so the screen is not too crowded, and people can see what's happening.
Let's see what we can do here. Peter, are you able to do landscape mode rather than portrait mode? Like
this way?
yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll fit better.
Okay. I'm just trying to position my camera right now.
Okay. Kajan, do you want to turn off your camera then?
Yeah, I can.
And then
do
we'll
that.
put-
Oh, you don't need to turn off your camera.
Well,
No, don't worry about it.
it'll work more smoothly this way. And
Okay.
Kajan was
All right.
suggesting it.
All right. How's that? How does that look, guys?
That's looking pretty good. I
great.
just got to fix things on my end because apparently OBS is being weird.
Diana joined us in chat.
Hi, Diana. Welcome. Good to see you.
What? Hold on a second. My video decided to go like potato quality.
Yeah, your video was
Again.
so good before.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna let me see if I can rejitter this real quick.
Sure. Okay. And until Will does, I can't get the proportions right, but there we go.
And while we're waiting, Diana would like people to like the stream.
What's that?
Diana would like the people to like the stream.
Oh yes, if you're watching, please make sure you like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe. Will has returned. Let's see what his video looks like.
I have no idea. I don't. It was like clear earlier. I don't know why it went back to potato
That's
quality.
odd. I don't know. It might come back. We can leave it, and it might come back.
We'll see what happens.
Might be random internet gremlins. It might be the 5th member. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He's assaulting you as well. Okay, so that's let's make sure I have all of Will. I have Will, good.
Whatever.
I don't have Peter's icon. All right, Peter, what do you prefer to be called? Like Peter, Alaskan Pete, what are you going by?
I don't know. Call me what you want. I don't know. Call me, I don't know, Peter. I'm Peter. That's my name.
Peter, what's your last name? I feel like I can't really pronounce it.
It's a lot.
Oh, it's Alaskan Pete Studios is your Instagram handle. Okay. Let's go with Alaskan Pete.
Yeah, it's just Peter. Peter's fine.
Or Peter.
But my last name is DeGraffenreid.
DeGraffenreid. Cool.
Yeah. Maybe I should go by like DeGraffenid.
I don't know. I like Alaskan Pete, even though you're not in Alaska anymore, right?
Yeah. It's a nickname that my cousin gave me when I went and tattooed with him in Florida. And he's like, "Oh, you need a tattoo name," and I'm like, "Please don't." And then they're like, "Oh, what should we call you?" And they're like, "Alaskan Pete." And they're like, "Yeah, Alaskan Pete." And I'm like, "Oh God."
Okay.
There's actually kind of a fun video on my Instagram where he's using like a 6-foot-long Naruto sword, and he dubbed me Sword Alaskan Pete.
There you go.
So, out of curiosity, does that mean your ancestor were nobility from Germany?
Yes, originally it was von Graffenried. So it was like VOND.
Kajan is German, so he's going to get it right.
Grafen is a nobility rank, and Ried is a city not too far from here. So that's why I wondered if your ancestors were nobility.
My ancestors, it was Christoph von Grafenried from Switzerland. There's a De Grafenried castle, the Warb Castle in Switzerland. But the name originally they did come from Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
not
kinda cool.
not too far from here.
Yeah, man.
Because
Who
they're
knows? Maybe
neighbors.
we're related.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, we could be cousins.
No. I don't have nobility in my.
Maybe you do,
so-
I'm just a
Kajan.
peasant all the way down.
Maybe it's secret
So what
nobility.
do I call her? What do I call everybody in here? Do I call you Mr. Pink? Do I call you Nick? Do I
Call me whatever you want. You can call me Nick. You can call me Mr. Although it feels weird to call me Mr. Pink. I sound like I'm your teacher or something.
I mean, in a way, you kind of have been a teacher.
Come off it. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the backstory on AlaskanPete and AlaskanPete joining us today. AlaskanPete, back in the bad old days, when if anyone who's old enough to remember Chapter House, Pete had his own company that was creating third-party bits for Games Workshop. Was it only Tyranids that you created, or did you do other third-party bits for other races?
It was just Tyranids. Like, I was gonna do some Eldar stuff, but Tyranids are like where my passion's at. Ever since I was like 16 years old when I discovered Tyranids.
Yeah.
And it was a Carnifex was my first model, and I just love the original Screamer Killer. Like, nothing is cooler in the world to me than Tyranids.
Yep, that Tyranid Screamer Killer from 2nd edition is the thing that got me into NIDS.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if you guys remember this guy.
Oh yeah, well he's in your profile picture there, right?
Yeah, 'cause he's the coolest. I added some stuff to his back because I was playing around
Nice.
with some different shiz.
Ooh, I love that spinal column.
Yeah, that's hot.
I need to move my camera a little bit farther away. Let me see
Sure.
what I can do here.
I was gonna see if I could make you guys a little bigger. Yeah, and I had a different project that I was going to work on tonight if Pete was going to join us, and now that Pete's here, I figure I'll work on this project, which is the Screamer Killer that he made for me that I need to see about fixing, because you did a very good job of attaching it to its base, and I realized that I wanted to like change the position slightly, so I'm like, oh, I'll just pop this right off this base.
Yeah, where's your video? I don't see your video.
Oh,
and I
my
don't
video.
See,
so
Dustin.
if I put it on Discord, it breaks stuff. So how we normally do stuff is I recommend that people have YouTube open in the background if they have like a separate screen or something. But I don't know if you have that set up.
Oh, I have an iPad that I can do that with.
Well, it's just unfortunately, if you want to see my video, it's because I use a external Nikon mirrorless camera as a webcam, and it'll go through the streaming software just fine, but if I try to put it into into Discord, it just explodes.
Okay.
Oh, Kajan, you got the link in there. Thank you. I was about to post the link. So the link to Pete's Instagram is in the chat on YouTube. So make sure you get in there and have a look, because there's some damn fine stuff over there that you don't want to miss.
And Shane dropped in real quick and said he is not feeling up to stream tonight, but he's not feeling up to stream tonight.
Sorry about that, Shane.
You have an echo.
Yeah, sorry. I just opened up my YouTube so I can watch what.
Oh, great.
What's
Yeah,
going
if you
on
can just
here.
mute it on your end, then
Yeah,
it should be okay.
I got it right here. Oh
Awesome.
yeah.
And Shane said he will be watching the VOD, and he's wishing us everybody a great night.
Thank you so much, Shane. And hopefully Shane can join us in 2 weeks' time. He's got some important things to do tomorrow. Resting up.
All right, Mother Reaper joined us.
I remember that guy.
Who joined us?
Mother Reaper.
Oh, Mother Reaper, it's been a while. Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, so this is the guy that was this your first Screamer Killer that you did in your new style, or?
Yeah, that was like the first conversion that I've done. Oh, probably in like 10 years. Like
Oh,
ever
I
since
feel
I shut
I feel a little
down
more
at
honored
Fox
now to hear that.
Studios.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like my I'm getting back into it. And when you're like, yeah, I love that, I want that, and I'm like, heart's pounding real hard. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you did it, and I was really amazed by your take on, because I've always loved the Screamer Killer. I was amazed by this conversion. And I was like, hey, can I buy that off you? And you very kindly
Yeah.
said yes. And now
I mean,
apparently you're doing
this,
a roaring trade in making miniatures for folks. Like
yeah,
that one you made for yourself,
like
but previously you did
yeah.
an exocrine, right? For somebody recently.
Recently, yeah, I just shipped that off to High Fleet Mantis.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I
The
can't wait to
shipping
see
was a
that.
little bit, yeah, I'm stoked about that too. Like just him painting that in his color scheme with all that green, like I'm super stoked. Oh, here's this guy that nobody wants for some reason.
Oh, dude, I love that dude. Big gunman.
His Yeah, his arms are magnetized.
Ooh. Oh, I love that claw.
Mother Reaper has a question for you guys.
Yep.
Why do your Screamer Killer have crab claws?
Crab claws.
Yeah.
So
Because they're cool.
one thing that I wanted to mention about the Screamer Killer is that I feel like modern crushing claws are not good, and that Pete did a really amazing job of making them better by using like the larger Harrispex claw on the outside, and then a smaller, it looks like a Tyrant Guard claw on the inside, but then also adding
Yeah.
like additional fingers in there. I think they look so good. Also, I think they're helped by the fact that this Carnifex is huge, just like massive. I think the Harrispex claws look too big for like the current size Screamer Killers and Carnifexes, but these ones really matter. But yeah, it is the case that like it looks like there's 8 limbs on this thing, but Pete got tricksy and he mounted the 2 scything talons onto one shoulder. So technically it's only got 6 limbs. It's just got a bifurcated limb, which I think is damn cool.
Well, I mean, yeah, think about the Dimacharon. And I actually want to do a Dimacharon build using those scything talons from the Carnifex and like a Norn body because yeah, sexy.
Yeah, and that would be a way better way to demonstrate to represent the Dimacron. We call her Dim Karen on the other stream that we do. And she has those awkward like double scything talons that don't really make a lot of sense. So I think that this would be a really great solution for how to handle those in a way that makes a little more sense. I think it's my Nivea. Sorry, I was trying to get to like the history. So you started off in Tyranids. You always loved Tyranids. You said when you were a teenager, what'd you say, 16? Or what was the...
Yeah. Yeah.
And what edition was that? Like, when did you get into 40K
Oh
/
man,
Tyranids?
dude, that was
Roughly.
man. I feel like it was like second or third edition.
What did the Tyranids look like?
They were Jess Goodwin's Tyranids.
Okay.
So that's third.
Third? Well, I guess Jess sculpted the original Screamer, didn't he?
Did he? Oh, I honestly don't know who sculpted those. Was that the old metal one or was it the plastic? Or well,
They were all pewter.
oh wait. Oh, if it was Peter, then the Just Goodwin one should have been the second edition one because the third edition one, metal one, was Mark Bedford.
Yep.
Yeah, if they were like the goofy looking ones, then no, because it
depends on your taste. Did the Screamer Killer was the Screamer Killer there, or was it just the Carnifex? Like, did it have the 4 scything claws?
It was the 4 scything claws, so yeah, it was just the Screamer Killer.
So second edition then. That
Yeah.
was, and that was definitely the Jess sculpt in second. 4 claws. Yeah, so they were a bit goofy then. A lot of the Tyranids were pewter. I guess Gaunts, like Termagants, Gene Sealers, Tyranid Warriors.
Yeah, they were
plastic.
They were definitely goofy looking. Very derpy.
Well, they also just were kind of borrowing from a couple of different aesthetics and didn't have a
Alien.
cohesive. Yeah, a little bit of Alien, a little bit of whatever else, but
Yeah.
they didn't really have a cohesive aesthetic
Yeah, you're right.
until I guess late third, fourth edition when
And
Jess kind of redesigned everything.
they were also borrowing actual models that in from like Rogue Trader into second edition. Um, there was an interview with God, was it Rick Priestley? No, Andy Chambers, where he talked about how when they were trying to establish the Tyranid force, they didn't have models, so they just like took models from other ranges. Like they're like, oh, these squigs, these are going to be Ripper swarms, and these Gene Stealer
Oh yeah,
cultists that we've previously done, they're going to be Tyranid too. So not only were they stealing concepts, they were stealing their own models to flesh out
like
the
the
range.
Zote.
Zote, yeah, there you go.
Someday, someday. The
Still,
Zotes
you still
are
pining after one of those, or your Zote army?
oh, the Zote army. The Zotes are to me what the Shrikes are to Flynn.
Yeah.
I will be forever wishing and hoping and being disappointed, as always.
I feel like I have more sympathy for your love for Zotes than I do for Flynn's love for Shrikes. I'm like, whatever, they're just warriors with wings. But Zotes are interesting. All right, so yeah, you started in second edition with the kind of wacky Tyranids, and they brought you in,
Yeah.
and then where did you go from there? Like, did you play much? Did you have people around who like collected? Like, what was your hobby journey?
Man, like in a small town where I lived, where there's like 5,000 people, there was like maybe a half a dozen people that actually played Warhammer. And so my army mostly consisted of like a hive tyrant, like a couple of the screamer killers. I think I had like 4 screamer killers
As one
and
does.
maybe like I've always loved the big beasties. Like that's that's the stuff, man. Like the big monsters. Because who wants to paint 100 little termagants?
Oh, boring.
But I played a lot through most of the editions, and so I think one of the reasons why I haven't been so active playing the hobby, like the actual game, is because there have been so many awesome uh, codexes for Tyranid
Yeah.
and all the different rules that they have for them. Basically, build a bug type stuff. Like I've really loved that. Um, so
Wait, but how come? Why did that make it so you weren't playing, or you were? That's the reason you were playing, just because the codexes were so fun.
yeah. Um, yeah, hold on a second. My fiance is messaging
Yeah,
me.
sure.
But yeah, like learning all the rules from second edition to 10th edition gets really exhausting, and
Oh yeah.
that's it's kind of one of my biggest problems with Games Workshop is like stop changing your freaking rules all the time. Just leave it alone. It's good. It's fine. You keep changing it, and I have to learn new rules because it's really hard for me to sit down and read and
Oh,
understand stuff.
oh.
So that gets really irritating. Um,
Okay, so that definitely can get in the way of like.
yeah, and so it's like I love Tyranids, and I've loved the older editions, and now what really pisses me off is your Tyranid Prime has wings, and that's it. That's the only war gear options you have.
Yeah.
And the previous editions, you could do all kinds of cool stuff with the primes, and you could do all kinds of cool stuff with some of the other Tyranids, and it's like they're constantly evolving and changing, and now we're stuck with like this is what you get. And so I almost don't even want to take any time to learn how to play 10th edition simply because of that. So I'm just gonna sit here and make bugs and pretend that I can go back and play the other editions.
Well, I think that you're probably in good company. Will, when was the last time you played 40K?
Sometime in 8th.
Great. Kajan, when was the last time you played 40K?
Before COVID.
Great. And the last
So
time, I don't know when the last time I played 40K was. I don't know. The last time, like, I've been playing Kill Team, but not like real 40K. So yeah, you're talking to a bunch of people who don't really play 40K, but enjoy making monsters. I'd say that's completely
Yeah.
fine for that to be your hobby.
Yeah, I
Especially,
like it.
we've talked before about like how soulless 40K has become with like the lack of war gear and all that. And like Grenade Warriors now, they have all these awesome options on the crew. And in the Codex, it's just they have bio weapons.
Yeah.
That's the only option. You can have different guns, but close combat, you get bio weapons. So that's a little dumb.
Yeah, it's a yeah. Like I don't know. Anyways, I don't have much to say about it because I'm just gonna sit here and playing. But
So, well, I'm glad that you're making Tyranid. I'm glad that your love for Tyranids, the inspiration that you take from them, can transcend the game into just making cool stuff. And I'm glad that you're back at it because you make some damn cool stuff.
thanks, bro.
Like the stuff you've already shown, you've got a lot of other cool stuff on your Instagram, so people should definitely check that out. And so how did Epoch Studios come around? Because I think of it as like being in the time of when like Games Workshop released those codexes where they had a bunch of rules for models in them, and then they hadn't produced the models, and they're like, we're going to make these models someday. You can just convert your own. And then third-party companies were like, oh, we can make our own models, you say. And a lot of third-party companies stepped in to fill the void that Games Workshop left with not having models to represent all these cool rules. And you started your own company. So do you want to talk about that a bit and how that came about?
Oh man. What edition was that? That was about 10, 12 years ago.
Uh,
4th or 5th, I think.
You guys remember when they introduced the Turvagon 4th, 5th edition?
That would have been 5th edition at least. 4th edition was when they had the mutable like biomorph stuff where like all of that like really cool adaptability stuff I think kicked in, but I
Oh, that
think
was
it was 5th
third.
when the
The
turbo.
first edition of that
Oh,
was
was that 3rd?
third.
Oh,
And then in 4th, I
yeah.
think they made it into like parts of the profiles. Like the Carnifex just had a buttload of options on its profile. Because that was when they introduced the plastic Carnifex. Was
2012.
Thanks, Kajan.
Fifth edition.
There we go. So
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
5th
5th.
edition.
Yeah, fifth.
Yeah, how did you get into it, Pete?
Man. Let's see. I just I was really into like learning how to play again. And I think it was all the new plastic kits that came out, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I don't know, I was really big into like StarCraft and Alien.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was kind of the inspiration there. And oh man, I wanted to sculpt cool stuff. And then I had the idea of making rubber molds from everything, so that I can reproduce the parts and put them onto my own mids and be able to just streamline my own conversions. And then that's when I was posting in Warp Shadow back in the day when that was still up. I was really inspired by your stuff that I saw.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I mean, I've told you like multiple times, like your stuff when I saw in Warp Shadow, and I discovered you through like Google and all of your early conversions, I was like, holy crap, this is the coolest stuff I've ever seen. And then there was I want to say High Fleet Moloch.
Yeah.
Like I saw his stuff. And then there was another guy that was posting a bunch of stuff on Warp Shadow too. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he had a lot of those like kind of like brown bone, very spidery, lots of tentacles. So it was like
That's
brown
probably
and
Sherman
purple.
Bishop. That's probably High Fleet
Yeah,
Harbinger.
that
Harbinger.
yeah, that guy. So like when I saw their stuff, I was just like, this is the coolest stuff. And it just, that is what inspired me to want to like start sculpting and making stuff. And
He was actually the one featured in the White Dwarf when it was
it's like, oh yeah, I could probably make a little.
sorry, the Tyrannid creature design rules. If you remember the monstrous creature design, that was Sherman stuff that they showed in White Dwarf for that. I think you're breaking up. Wait, is everyone breaking up? Did I lose my internet connection?
Yeah, so that's really
we
inspired.
lost our.
Oh, hey,
YouTube
look.
feed instead.
So I found, I did a blog post about Epoch Studios and the cool bits that you're creating. So here are some of those bits.
Yeah, there should be a link to the guy that painted those because I had a guy in Europe paint those for me, I believe. So I sent him a whole bunch of bits to paint them for my site.
Yeah.
So who is this guy? Who is he?
I have a link to what was your Epoch Studios, but I don't know that it's going to be a thing anymore. epochstudios.weebly.com. Oh, how is this still alive? Come on.
Funny.
What? It's still alive? No.
The pages.
Oh, but it says go to Blue Table
The
Painting.
pages.
That's the sad part of the story.
So funny.
Wait.
Yeah. What's funny though is that I think I'm still getting billed for the website.
Okay, you got to stop that, man, because that's like, I mean, they might not be billing you that much, but okay, here's a link to my blog post on Epoch Studios. Apparently, Electro Dust Bunny says the stream keeps stopping. I don't know what's going on there.
Yes.
Boy, that feed from my camera is like particularly like garbage.
Doesn't yours look good now? Look good now. Oh,
It's going pixelated every once in a while, then it's clearing up again, and then
the internet is having trouble.
Lost the internet.
So yeah, if you're curious to see the stuff that Peter made, there was kind of like alien Nid style heads, some really funky bone swords, some big, I think these were Carnifex sized alien Nid heads, some more funky bone swords. And then you were working on like insect like wing casings, or
Yeah, I the dragon-like wings just never really appealed to me.
yeah.
And so the idea was to make some different insect-looking wings that actually are very similar to like the Vespid wings now, which is kind of funny.
Yep.
But
cool. And then you were working on a like drop pod kind of thing?
yeah, that I made a mold for. I made the drop pod. And I think I have a couple of those kicking around still. I'd have to dig through them.
Ooh.
Actually, what I did find for you was if I can find my bag of bits here. Where did it go? I have some stuff for you.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, you said there was some guns that you wanted.
I forgot about the guns. Oh wait, you sent me pictures of the guns. I didn't have them up on my blog.
Find them.
I gotta say, man, that one claw that you're working on right now, that's like the top middle of that base. Oh, the one above it, or that. Well, that looks gnarly too. But oh man, that's so gnarly.
Yeah, this is going to be the big arms for your exo crown.
Yeah. So
this
spoiler
is your
alert,
bug right here that I'm working
Peter
on.
is making me one of his amazing exocrines. I'm so excited.
So this gun is much bigger than the previous one.
I like big guns, buddy. I like it.
I like big guns.
I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't just say that. Like, come on, you sold me this big boy. Like, you got to know that I like him big.
No comment. I have piles and piles of bits. Oh my. Here they are. So I have a couple of these for you, since I think you mentioned that you're like, hey, do you still have any of those? And I found 2 of them.
Ooh, those are nice. Those are beautiful.
So I don't think I ever really got any of these like out there, but these were the guns that I'd made and never did anything with,
Yeah.
because that was about the time that I sold it to
Yeah.
dude. And then he did nothing with it. And actually, it was funny because I went on the Utah classifieds on Facebook,
Yeah.
and guess what I found? I found my molds being sold by, not going to mention his name or his business.
Oh, okay. You don't want me to mention. I was gonna say, but okay, yeah, we won't talk about Jerkface, who tried to buy your business and then did nothing with it. You actually tried to sell your
He
business
did
to me, but I
absolutely.
had no idea what to do with a business when you approached me. I was like, what?
Yeah. So real quick,
So did you get
this
your molds
epoxy
back?
putty? Nope. I messaged him and he said they weren't available anymore. So
Oh,
somebody has them.
dang.
Either that or he just didn't want to sell them back to me.
Oh, did you tell him it was you? Okay, here's the trick, man. I played this trick on someone. You don't tell them it's
Well, it was
you.
from my It was from my Facebook, which was Peter de Graffenried. So
Oh no. Okay, so I
I
pulled it.
know.
I got some support from some friends in Spain to pull a fast one on someone who kind of screwed me over. And I bought back a model from him that he was trying to sell to somebody else that was actually my model. But he did not know it was me.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I told that story.
Joshua Rayner asks the panel, how would one make a Tyranid gun look even more organic?
Well, you know who's doing good work in that area is our good friend of the stream, Persnickety
Just
Sculptor.
Peter. Oh, that guy too. Is he on here?
He's been on here before. He joined us as a guest for one stream. But Persnickety, if you, Kajan, are you able to grab the link to Persnickety Sculptor's Instagram?
Yeah, and
Thank
we
you.
can do that.
If you go to Persnickety Sculptor's Instagram, you have to check. There's good stuff on his actual feed, but you need to go and check his highlights, like his saved stories on his profile, because he's done all these concept sketches. He was trying out to be a concept artist for Games Workshop. Unfortunately, it did not work out, which sucks because he's super talented. And he was doing all these like kind of like concept exploration about different kinds of Tyranid guns, and he drew on like a lot of very organic, in that they came from like crustaceans or like insects, means for a Tyranid to like fire a gun. Like thinking like, is it the pistol shrimp that has like this crazy limb setup where it like creates like a vacuum or something, and then it fires like bubbles? He has all kinds of stuff like that.
It's the pistol shrimp is clicking his claws quickly enough to generate the cavity.
Is it caveat? Yeah, there's this weird word that sticks
It's
in
a
my brain.
it's a cavity. It's clicking so fast that it's creating a cavity in the water, and it compresses also compresses the water strongly enough to, I believe, even create plasma, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what creating the shock pulse that's stunning his prey.
Well, there you go. I feel like that's a very organic solution for a gun. Anyone else?
Essentially, it's
Peter, Will,
just
Kajan, do you guys have ideas about how to make Tyranid guns even more organic?
yeah, make it a creature.
Yeah. Like a
Make it a
symbiote.
creature in its own right. Like used to be once upon a time that they were all symbionts and all creatures in their own right. So if you want a really Tyranid organic gun, make it a creature. Think about how this creature would work, or make it a cluster of creature. Like second edition, we even had symbionts that were multiple creatures that would be working in unison to create a firing effect.
Yeah. Will, did you have any ideas about possibly more organic than weapons?
I mean, I guess the stuff that I've worked on, that I've aimed for has essentially followed the same line of logic that Kajan was saying, since the Tyranid lore has always been so heavily focused on, like, this is another creature. It's just, usually like spitting something out, or expelling something at high velocity or something to that effect. So I always try to, I guess, figure out, think of a organic way in which you would, you know, shoot out a fissile object, so like I guess it's gonna be a lot of the same, but at the same time, yeah, maybe think of like how something could form plasma, and project it. I mean, the old second edition bioplasma used to just be like the screamer killer was supposed to develop like kind of a ball of uh plasma in its gut, and then it has like some electrostatic um kind of fields over the tips of its claws that it uses to kind of focus and like chuck the plasma. So any kind of idea like that, I think, is a organic way of kind of figuring out how to design the gun, and using those concepts to kind of inform how you want to have it look.
Oh, I love that lore. The bioplasma coming up out of its like rasping plates in its esophagus and then channeling through the field on its claws. I thought that was really cool. And it kind of wasn't there like a field on the claws of the Trigon as well? That would like kind of like electroshock back in the day. I thought there was like there's a piece of Trigon art that's very early on from second edition that has a Trigon kind of like holding lightning. It's full of, like claws that are very
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
cool. Peter, do you have an idea about making more organic Tyranid guns?
Mm. I think making them look like a creature. Because aren't basically all their weapons supposed to be like symbiotes?
Yep. Yep.
So if they're symbiotes, they should represent a creature. And so instead of just being really plain, I think you could sculpt on for example, like sculpt on more little tubing.
Yep.
Give it more texture. Give it more of these what do you call them? They're the gills or
Yep.
the ventilation.
Yep.
The little radiator stuff in there. Little details like this. I mean, if he wants to like make more organic stuff, he just really just needs to go look at all your conversions and your models, because yeah.
I don't know.
or
I really like gun
it-
beasts, but my gun barrels look like your gun barrel. They're a bunch of I don't know. I don't know if they're creature enough. Like yours is looking more creaturey there than what I have. Like you could do like I think we're all on the same page with the creating things that look like little creatures grafted onto the Tyranids. But you could do like
Yeah.
atrophied limbs on the guns. Like there's those
Oh,
weird things on
that's
guns that some people
awesome.
think are eyes. And like I've never loved those as eyes, and like We'll paint them as eyes on the. I don't know, but that's one way to communicate it. Have like actual sight organs on the weapon, like it's doing some of the spotting. That's kind of cool. But yeah, other like structures that look like they were part of a separate creature, atrophy, melded with the.
I mentioned it in our Instagram posts. It's what's driving the Tyranids? Is the Tyranid operating the Tyranid, or is it the parasites and symbiotes that's operating and controlling the Tyranid? Because a lot of the new models, they have like these little symbiotes attached to the back of them that are little creatures that are the Nero receivers. And so you look on the Neogaunts and they got the little things. You look on the Barbgaunts and they got like a little thing back there with the brain on it, and it's got all the tubes attached to the back of the head. So it's, and my thoughts are is like the Tyranids themselves are just these biomechanical suits for the little symbiote creatures that
Cool.
operate and drive the Tyranids. So they're like these exosuits.
Kind of like a little
And
Independence
so,
Day in there.
yeah, so imagine you got like, you grow this like big exosuit, this creature that's literally just a mech. And then the little symbiotes are the ones that actually crawl inside of it and attach themselves to it. And they're the ones that are operating the Tyranid now.
That's pretty cute.
So now I want to start doing all my Tyranids to look like there's a little symbiote or creature that's actually the brain and operating it, and it's literally just a big exosuit. And it's just like the only way that you can kill a Tyranid is by actually shooting the little creature that's operating the thing.
Neat. You'll always be able to
Yeah.
sell me on an exosuit. I love me some exosuits.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to try to do that with yours and at least make it look like there's a little dude that's operating your exocrine.
Exo right there in the name. That's pretty cool.
Right? So
Yeah.
like you've seen the movie Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Where you have the Jaegers.
Yeah.
And then
But
there's two dudes
the
inside
kaijus
the
are not
Jaegers
exosuits,
operating
are they? Are the kaijus exosuits?
No, the kaijus are just big creatures.
Yeah.
But they have two brains. Like there's some inspiration for you or the kaijus, because those things
I'm just
are,
like, when I think about Pacific Rim, the thing that I associate with Tyranids is the kaijus. But yes, I take your meaning that the like the Jaegers are exosuits for the two humans in there.
yeah. So it would almost be fun to do like a couple smaller Tyranid symbiotes, Tyranid organisms. And so now I'm like, okay, where can I put like the organism on this big cannon that's actually operating? Maybe I'll put it like right back here behind its head.
I vote for the back so that it's safest.
Yeah, because you don't want it to get shot. Yeah, that's smart. I like that.
That's
Kajan?
not how the Space Marines are doing it.
What's that?
That's not how the Space Marines are doing it.
What do you mean?
They put everything front in the baby carrier.
Hey, listen, I was going to say, you know, I love an exosuit because I love me the baby carrier. I am the only guy who thinks that the Nemesis Dread Knight is the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, the Grey Knights?
Yeah, they made that crap for me.
Dude, yeah, I love that shit.
People hate it.
I love that so much.
People are so mad about it.
I love it.
And then
It's
like
the
insult to injury, they have
sister.
like the nude Grey Knight model that's coming out is a conversion kit of the Nemesis Dread Knight. And people are mad.
I think I would kind of like sort of mechier suits, sort of. I don't know what the hell the thing is called. It's not the Dreadnought, but the Dreadnought-like suit that they
The
came out for.
Inquisitors?
No, the Scout one will.
For
the Scout one?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Where
I love the hell out of that one. I think it's just because proportions are a lot better in my opinion than the Nemesis suit. But
Yeah.
yeah, like in theory, like a nice walk-in combat suit, exosuit kind of thing, I do think has a lot of potential. Kind of like those exosuits that they have in the later Matrix movies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love those.
Or from Avatar.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I'm down. And like I get what you mean about that one Space Marine. God, I don't know what it's called. It's like some kind of I don't think it's called a scout something, but I think it's like piloted by a scout. It's the weird one that has like a hand to hold its gun instead of just like having the gun mounted on its arm.
Yeah, and it's got like a roll cage instead of a sarcophagus like
Yeah.
cover.
Recon something? Is it a recon something? I don't
It's got some fancier Invictor Warsuit. Thank you, Josh Reyna.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And now the worst part of hobbying. Waiting for things to dry and cure.
Uh-oh.
Like the putty?
Yeah.
All right, I got a little secret for you guys. You ready for this? This is a
Oh,
heat pen.
Oh.
It's up to 200 degrees.
What is it?
And just
Heat
I
pen.
got this at Hobby Lobby. It's literally just a little blow dryer pen.
That's the thing I was talking about when who was it asked about the polymer clay, how to try it.
Oh, I can't remember who that was.
So yeah, it gets up to 200 degrees and it's perfect for just heating up. And I used to use a lighter all the time. And that was just too much. But this right here,
What's it made for, Peter?
I got it at Hobby Lobby, so it must be
Oh,
made for hobbying.
yeah. What do they
But
call it?
It's an heat pen, and
Heat pen?
they make it for when those fake glass gemstones you emboss things with.
Yeah.
but your epoxy cut putty cures faster in heat.
Yes.
So like in your videos, when you're talking about saving your green stuff, you freeze it and
Yeah.
it lasts for days.
Yeah.
Take this little bad boy, put it on your putty, and that should quicken up the curing time by a lot.
And you don't find that it melts plastic stuff alongside it, or?
Well, I mean, it will heat up the plastic for sure.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be careful about it. But I mean, it's an option if you want to kind of
Sweet.
streamline your process.
Yeah.
But that's why I'll use different types of epoxy putty. This is some new stuff that I got on Amazon,
Yeah.
and I really, really like it. And when you mix it with green stuff, you get it's a much smoother and shinier putty.
How long does
Because
it take to
I'm
cure?
done. It cures faster. Like it definitely starts hardening a lot quicker than if you're using like epoxy sculpt. So I've been experimenting with different stuff. And just real quick, don't buy this crap.
Oh,
Procreate.
Procreate? It used to be
Yeah, this
famous. I've never messed
stuff,
around with it.
it's I just bought it brand new and I opened up a pack already, and this feels like it's already dry and crusty.
Uh-oh.
And like I'm gonna use it just as like to fill in areas that I don't need to really work with, but
Yeah.
I feel like I've used it before, not a fan. So I wouldn't recommend buying this stuff unless you want a headache.
I have
I
some that
will
I meant to
say,
test, and I think it's probably gone bad because I've had it for so many years. Sorry, Will, were you gonna say something?
Yeah.
I picked up these small things of epoxy sculpt at Adepticon this a couple weeks back, and which is very different from the gigantic version that I have.
Yeah.
That stuff was like really airy. It was very, very. I mean, you can kind of see here the different. Maybe not because like quality sucks. But you can kind of see the epoxy sculpt that I used back then is like a lot whiter, paler
Yeah.
than the stuff, and it's so much foamier and lighter to work with. It was really weird, but like dries harder.
Interesting.
Actually, I liked it a lot.
It's epoxy sculpt, not epoxy clay or epoxy fix it.
Yeah, it does
Where did
epoxy
you get it
sculpt.
from?
It was one of the random like hobby dealers that like had a booth selling crap.
Because I sent a bunch of those to Adepticon that you were supposed to get for free because you were one of my students. And they specifically said that they were going to send white because apparently she said she had a lot of white that she needed to get rid of. This is from like the people at Aves. And I'd asked her for natural and she's like, no, I have white. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't know if it's like a new formula or something.
Anyway, all I know is that it's like really, really whereas the sort of the browner tanner one is very kind of dense to work with. This one was just like airy and foamy. It was a very weird sculpting experience.
Do you find it unpleasant to work with?
It was just it just took some getting used to more than anything else. Just because I thought I was getting the kind of beige tan one, and then like it was nice.
Good.
It was very easy to work with.
Yeah.
But also just like one of those ones where you just kind of have to be a little bit more careful about how much you push, the material around because it could like shift a lot more material than maybe intended or desired. But
yeah. Okay.
Joshua asks if anybody's going to Nova.
Not me.
I'm probably stopping by for a bit, and that's only like a 30-minute train ride for me.
When is it?
Usually it's in like September, unless they've moved the dates on that.
Okay. It's like Washington, right?
Yeah, it's in the DuPont Circle area of DC, but
Don't know what that.
It's
DC or
near
it's like
like
an
where things.
skirts.
No, it's DC proper.
Oh, okay.
Oh, August this time, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Joshua is saying it's in August.
Okay, it's the last weekend of August. It used to be. It tended to be in the like around Labor Day weekend, but I guess they changed it around a little bit. But
Will, how did you find Adepticon?
the new venue is spectacular.
Oh, good.
If anybody's been to the old one in Schaumsburg, this venue just blew it out of the water. It is gigantic. It's just like so much more space. It's a big convention center as opposed to like a hotel, with convention space.
Yeah.
And because apparently this is a thing in the Midwest, a lot of the hotels have skywalks connecting to the convention center.
Yeah.
So if it's cold, you don't have to go outside. You can stay inside pretty much the whole time. But
Nice.
and like the second bonus is that it's like right downtown Milwaukee, and it's a nice little town. I enjoyed it a lot. There's like a lot of good food and drink to be had, like in walkable distance.
Good.
If you want to take a break from everything. So I had a blast. Like the venue, like my couple of friends that with whom I was with, we all were just floored by how much better it was than Schaumburg, Illinois. No
Good.
offense, but kind of all full offense to Schaumburg, Illinois.
They can't measure up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sentiment that my friends had was that Milwaukee is not quite as good as Chicago proper, but Milwaukee is tons better than like Schaumburg, Illinois,
Okay.
where Adepticon used to really be, because that one was essentially like out in the burbs and like
Yeah. It
pretty
felt
much
like it was
just
like
the
kind of like
hotel park.
the airport, near the airport area where you just have convention centers and nothing else.
Yeah, only Schaumburg was like 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes outside of the airport areas.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So,
I guess I didn't miss much that I never went to the old venue then. That's good to hear.
yeah, yeah, it's just, I think there's a bit of empty space this year, but I think it'll get filled up better next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully want to go next year again. I didn't do any events or anything, but I think that helped to enjoy the experience because I just got to like chill out,
Yeah.
see everything that was going on and everything. So
That's what I want. Like, I was going to teach, and I'm sad I wasn't able to go, but I was hoping to just kind of like wander around, like when I wasn't teaching my courses, because I've never been. I really hope to be able to go back next, as so long as the United States still admits Canadians in 2026.
I think you'll be fine.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, I mean, I would really love to go too because I've never been to anything like that, and it'd be so cool.
it was a
Maybe I
blast.
can convince my fiance to go with me.
Hey, Milwaukee has a lot of fun stuff to do, so
Awesome.
like a hell of a lot more than Schaumburg, which
Yeah,
again, you'd
sounds
be
like it.
stuck in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, it's middle of downtown Milwaukee. There's there's a supposed to be a really good kind of public museum there, and there's nice like walkable areas and stuff. Great German food apparently. Lots of beer. If you like beer, ooh, that is a good place for beer goers.
Yeah, I heard there's a lot of brewery, because that's like, is it Miller that is there? Brewery or something?
Oh yeah, Miller's there. I've never seen so much Miller High Life on tap before in my life. Uh, they also had they had just like some Schlitz tall boys at the hotel bar that I was like, I haven't seen this like in this beer in ages. But yeah, lots of good eats.
Cool.
Uh,
That sounds like a glowing review. Thanks.
yeah. Also, there's a fun statue of the Fonz.
Oh, yeah, I heard that's a thing.
Yep. I didn't get to do a picture with him, but next year, hopefully. Oh boy.
So, Nick, real quick, since
Yeah,
there's kind of a pause in the conversation, I want to get your opinion here because I'm trying to lengthen these little stubby legs
yeah.
for this exocrine. So, I want to get your opinion on like what would be too much.
Uh,
This is your model, man. If you see me
yeah,
doing
yeah,
something,
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
but I
man,
trust you, man. Like, you're the one making it.
yeah." But I like that input of like, yeah, I
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
I don't like, I, they're the rear legs?
Yeah,
Should the, okay. I feel like I'm a sucker where, yeah, yeah, like I'm always like, think that the thigh needs to be longer, but that would not be a fun bit to lengthen. by any means. What are you using? What's that wiring that you're using? Because you use something that's like indestructible on these Carnifex feet that I'm trying to mess with.
This right here, it's just aluminum armature wire you can get at Hobby
Oh.
Lobby.
Wait, is that easy
Amazon.
to cut? Because I feel like you put something in here that's harder to cut.
I'm pretty sure this is what I've used. And I'm sorry if I used clothes hanger wire at some point.
Maybe it was just the glue. I think you used like a really potent oxy glue.
This stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I see you doing some little fine tuning. That's
Well,
cool.
I'm just filling gaps because I'm anal.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm doing. But I do have to figure out how to fix this leg that I broke. I try to take him off the base. Get like a pin in there. I'll support him because my thing is that like he's such a big beefy boy and there's so much detail on him that I think I usually put them on like a sacrificial base to paint, but I think I'm gonna actually just like wear gloves and like hold him in my hands. He's a heavy boy. He's a detailed boy. So I think he'd be hard to get at all the like little nooks and crannies if I attached him to a base. And I usually attach him to a base so I can put him on like a painting handle, but I think he would like destroy the painting. Chonky boy.
And I disagree with you about being anal about gap filling.
What do you mean?
Nothing worse than a model with gaps.
Well, I really like this model. I think it's a work of art.
ranging like up there with not drilling your gun barrels.
Yeah, I really love this model. I think it's a work of art, and I don't want to like paint it and then be like, oh man, I left a gap there. Damn.
My bad.
No, it's actually Games Workshop's bad because these kits don't go together very well.
You know, that's another one of my biggest gripes about these 10th edition models is they made them to just snap and click together, and there's really not a lot of room for customizing. And it's really frustrating because it's like, why didn't they make these models so that you can, the legs were all separate, all the different parts separate. Now they're just making them so it even makes, it's like they don't want you to convert because they
don't.
want you to just, snap and play.
Well, that's our conspiracy theory.
It's a good one.
No, they don't want that. They want to have the average consumer just go in, buy it, paint, slap some contrast paint on it, and go play. They're reducing the barrier to entry.
Well, I'll do my best because I will hack up these things.
You do
so
fine.
much. Speaking of which, like freaking chopping these suckers up so that I can make a different. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I want to make a standing Carnifex where these back plates is actually the chest.
Ooh.
And then put these on the back right
I like
here.
that. That's a good idea.
So yeah, like put them like right here, put those vents on the back just like that. And then have it so and I was even thinking like, you know what? If I do that, I'm gonna make this my exosuit and use like a little head.
Nice.
So he's just like chilling in there.
Oh man, you gotta get a better head than that. That head's fine.
I could use like a biovore head.
They're
Those
weird.
ones are
I
cool.
like them. They're really weird. They're cool.
Oh, what about this guy? What if I shove like something like that in there?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Where he's just kind of like his head is just kind of tucked in the back there.
He needs all that psychic power to control the suit. Dial into the hive
That's
mind.
a good point. That's a good point. And put like a big brain on the back. See, you guys.
Well, he's got a big brain on his head, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's vulnerable.
Right.
But yeah, I think putting like little smaller heads in there, and
Was that
then
Will?
like big brains.
Sorry, Will was saying.
Oh no, I meant like if you were asking about having a brain on the X-Crine model like stock. that's a no. But
Yeah.
I'm so close to having all of the constituent parts of this model finished.
Yay. And I used to work out in my garage, which is my studio, but then it got really hot last summer and I moved inside. And then I messed up my leg. I moved upstairs to the dining room table, and now all of my models are covered in so much cat hair. I need to get back out to the studio because the cat doesn't go in the studio.
I got a German Shepherd Husky, and she definitely can make a mess.
Yep.
Oh man. So I gotta say, I missed having my pin vise for like making stuff real bad.
Yeah. Wait, because you didn't take it to Adepticon, or what do you mean?
I took nothing with me hobby wise to Adepticon, so anything that I was working with over that weekend I bought like on site, and the only thing that I didn't get was a pin vise, and I regretted that immensely.
Wait, you said you brought Nivea, right? Because you're like OG Nivea gangster.
That was the only thing, because I was like, well, A, it's moisturizer, B,
Good
like,
man,
I
Will.
was planning on doing some sculpting. And also, it's less than 2 ounce. The travel size things are less than 2 ounces, so like the airport security doesn't give a crap about those.
Yeah.
But that was a fun challenge, though. By the way, just like because there's that all of these conventions have just like one dude that essentially has these tubs and tubs and tubs of bags of bits.
I've heard of this stuff
That you can buy.
Yeah.
So I just like raided it the first day for stuff, and then just like found a couple of good deals, and then just like, all right, let's see what I can build out of this.
Love that. I want to take up that challenge.
Yeah. Have a pin vise.
Okay. Yeah, I would not travel without a pin vise. I guess because I was going to sure that I was checking luggage, because I knew I was going to bring like knives and things to scare airport security. But yeah, I would definitely not travel without a pin.
Yeah. That and my own crazy glue, because hobby glue that was being sold all sucked. I hated every single one of them. I left it, like, it didn't dry.
Oh no.
Like, I had to go to a Walgreens or a CVS to like buy regular crazy glue that actually dried in a reasonable amount of time.
See the dog? Also, Pete, I wanted to make sure you know that the shirt that you sent me with your Pete also does tattoo stuff. I think I did when I unboxed this Screamer Killer on a stream a long time ago, I shared a bunch of the stickers and stuff that you sent me, and you had sent me that shirt that we both didn't realize was a women's cut. I put it on and I'm like, why is this a belly top? I was like, Pete, is this supposed to be a belly top? And you're like, oh, I think I might have gotten a women's cut on that. So Nora, my Norn Queen,
all the pink ones I think were belly cuts.
Yeah, Nora, my Norn Queen is a big fan of that shirt. It's become like a pajama shirt, so it's getting good use.
Oh, I showed that video to my fiance, and she was like, she loved it so much, man. Like, I wish that I could have recorded her reaction to it.
Wait, what was the video? Was it me putting it on, or what? What did I send?
No, it was the unboxing video.
Oh, the unboxing.
You know,
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the first time that I like really introduced her to what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And so she was like really super stoked, and she's really excited for what I'm doing right now. And so it's nice because she takes a lot of late appointments. She's a massage therapist.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I get to spend a little bit of time working on this, and hopefully, I can get this really taking off here in the next, 6 months to a year. Because I've missed this so much. Like when I sold it, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. It's like, why did I do that?
Well, you probably had a bunch of stuff going on that you needed to take care of that was not your business.
Oh man, but that was my passion, that was my joy. And now that I'm getting back into it, it's therapeutic, is what it is.
Good. Well, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I will say these bi-weekly hobby streams have been really great for just making sure that I actually sit down, just work on some hobbying. Sometimes just
Yeah.
putting some tool to clay. It's just a really
I,
good way to just relax.
yeah. I really love this community too. Like everybody that, has liked and shared and commented, and we're just really supportive of each other. And it's the coolest thing because I've spent a lot of time playing video games,
Yeah.
and
That's a toxic
those guys,
community.
they're so toxic. They're so ugh. And then this, like, you guys are just, everyone's so great and so supportive, and it's the coolest thing. Like to look up on my iPad and see that, like, my thing that I made, my crazy, multi-armed, massive clawed Carnifex old one-eye screamer killer thing. That's just so cool to me. So like I really gotta say, like, I really appreciate everybody that's been in this community and you having me as a guest on your show right now, or your live stream.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you were
I
able
was-
to like come on and that you were game and you suggested and you got all set up and stuff. It's also cool to
Yeah.
like see your process. I'm like looking down a lot. When I look up, it's cool to see it. I'm sure all the folks out there are enjoying watching it.
Yeah. I was explaining my process to my fiance, and she's like, what's the time on this? And I'm like, a lot of it's just kind of like taking like Legos and putting pieces together. Like my desk is a mess, guys. Like it's a disaster. And I take parts, and like my process is chaos. And sometimes it's like you glue something on, you don't like it, and you rip it off and put something else on there.
That's fine. That's a process.
Yeah.
I endorse that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's that part of the process is always good to see, especially since we all curate the stuff that we post on Instagram because I mean you want to get the best looking thing on there, but like everything's always going to be an iterative process for all of us. We're just like, yep, that didn't work. Like I gotta fix something about that. So it's always kind of fun in these streams, when someone comes on to just see like, oh, like they're doing, yep, they're just ripping that right off, start with something completely different. So I think there's always like a great benefit to seeing, the sort of way that other people put things together, what decisions they come up with and stuff, and more importantly, I guess to a certain extent, what solutions they come up with for these kind of things. So it's great to see different people on here uh, showing off their workstations and madness behind the genius and so on.
Yeah, I think that's one of my more favorite things about this. Not so much sculpting, is like putting it together to see how you could fit different pieces together.
Yeah, and also I've discovered recently that one of the things that I appreciate about doing these streams with you guys and doing it regularly is that we don't show any of our faces, because so many, like, I see live streams and it's just dudes with headphones on talking into a camera. I'm like, I get facial expressions are a thing, but like I think that watching someone work on art is way more interesting than watching some random dude talking to a camera with some headphones on. But maybe that's just me. I mean, like, I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
terribly interesting right now. I'm just like filling this leg with putty because I have extra putty and I'm feeling lazy about sculpting. But you guys are doing interesting stuff.
Hey, but sometimes, knowing that there is the tedious stuff, I mean, like, I'm putting in, like, little detail work here. Again, that stuff that no one's gonna see, but I'm gonna know that it's now finished, and not like as you said, Mr. Pink, empty like gaps. So, but like that's part of the process,
Yeah.
and everyone gets to decide exactly how much stuff is not going to be seen and can be ignored.
Yeah, I hope that the whole like seeing people's process and seeing them solve problems is helpful for folks out there. We try to answer like sculpting questions when people have them on these streams. I feel like I don't solicit people's questions probably enough. If anyone has questions or they have a hobby problem they're trying to solve, like I remember on one of our other streams kind of recently, I think it was Radon, who is currently flying to the Philippines, I think. Good travels, Radon. Sorry you're not here, but hopefully everything's going smoothly. Radon was trying to figure out how to make like a giant armature that he could put in the oven with some polymer clay, and that the armature wouldn't like burn. And we solved that problem, I think.
Yeah,
At least we
it
worked
was
on it.
on the it was
Yeah,
on
wire,
in here.
this aluminum wire and tinfoil.
Kajan, you're back. We lost you there for a bit.
Yeah, my internet died on me.
Oh, sorry. Glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah, I missed the question in the chat. Joshua Reyna asked, commented that they've never been to those types of conventions. Will there be just fun games, or do they only allow competitive stuff? They actually have a lot of um, narrative games and some free tables. Obviously, they do have the more competitive tournaments for the games, but there's definitely a lot of open gaming space available. I think the open gaming space is available like most of the day through the night, even when like most of the other stuff is closed off. So like you can pretty much be gaming like 16 hours a day if you really wanted to, I think.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
oftentimes
as for the conversions, if you want to join the official stuff, you have to abide by their rules, and they put out a PDF where they collect all the rules, and that PDF also contains an email address you can mail to and ask if your converted army is okay for you to bring.
if you're doing Games Workshop stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if.
But I recommend
how it-
not doing Games Workshop stuff unless you really, really want to, because all the fun stuff is happening elsewhere.
Yeah. Adepticon is a third party thing, so like I think they tend to be one of the places that like more often than not uh, celebrates crazier conversions and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but they also have they have one that PDF in the Reddit community for the Tyrannids. Someone asked about that just a couple days ago about their 3D printed stuff, and I found the Adepticon PDF for them with the email, so they could ask them
Yeah.
for next
Yeah,
year.
but like that's mostly if you want to participate in Games Workshop events. Like there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on the sides that though I wasn't at Adepticon, I know that there's always like a grimdark something. I think this year it was a grimdark ballroom, or like it's been like a grimdark alley before where like the Ink 28 community hangs out and does cool stuff. And that's all like bring whatever you want, model agnostic, rule agnostic sometimes. And just like join in cool narrative scenarios, bring like a war band or a gang or something. Yeah, so there's a lot of like unstructured, I think what Will was talking about, unstructured events and stuff like that. That is worth joining up. But like what kind of stuff do you want to get out of it, Joshua? Like what are you hoping? Are you hoping to join like an official tournament or something else? You let us know what you're hoping for. Maybe we can chat about it.
there are a lot of people. They have a whole hobby section, hobby lounge as they called it, where like there are just a lot of people painting. So if you want to just paint, I was pretty much the only one there like going non-painting hobbying, but yeah, there's
That's
a lot
really
of like
cool. I like that.
there's a lot of like chill stuff you can do. It's not all gaming, but there is gaming.
Uh-huh. So
Then again, I'm also old, so like playing a lot of games in like a day exhausts me.
you mean you don't want to do what Koska Made did, which is basically like not sleep and forget to eat? He was telling me that he like basically almost killed himself because he was just getting caught up in the gaming and playing all the time. I was like, dude, that's not healthy.
Hey, but you know, if that is your bag, you know, and like you want to get in, maximize the gaming that you get in, that is also available.
True. But as long as you do it safely, I think is what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Stay hydrated.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Remember to eat.
Game safely.
Peter, I just wanted to say that just like admiring the beauty of this sexy boy. I'm getting oh shit, OBS disconnect.
Oh, fun.
You guys are still good. I can still talk. Oh, reconnection successful. Sorry about that. The fifth member is mating with the fifth element and causing some weird stuff to happen on the stream. Not really sure how it's going to show up in the VOD, but Peter, I just wanted to say that as I admire this big beefy boy, because I'm kind of getting tired and my legs starting to bother me, so I might have to call it soon. But what I really admire is that the Carnifex head, the Screamer Killer head in here, is pretty much stock. Like, you've added some mandibles to it, but I'm just admiring the fact that this head didn't work for me on the Scratch Screamer Killer. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was too small, blah, 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 blah. But just having it seated in the middle of this giant body and on this, like, amazing extended head you did with, like, the carapace plates that, like, open up around it and, like, all the mandibles, it just works so much better than the standard model. And it feels like a really good tribute to, like, what the Screamer Killer should have been in that Leviathan box. So good work, buddy.
Peter's camera seems to have died.
Oh, damn, did Peter leave us just as I was trying to tell him sweet things? Shit. Well, he might have YouTube open, so he might have heard it, but I don't know.
I think
I think so.
his connection probably crapped out, which might be a sign.
Well,
Fifth
yeah,
member is
maybe
Peter,
it's a
your stuff
sign.
is awesome.
One after the other.
Okay, well, I guess that's a sign. On that note,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's gone. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it. Gentlemen, Will, Kajan, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yep.
Peter, thank you for joining as well. Maybe we'll have him join again sometime if he's up for it. I can't believe he was able to make it because he's got a lot going on right now. But oh, is he back?
Yeah.
Peter, you're back.
Yeah, my phone died.
Oh, okay. I think we're all having technical difficulties. Did you hear any of the nice things I was trying to say about the Screamer Killer?
No, I heard you started saying something, and then my phone decided that 10% wasn't good enough to do video.
All right. So what I was trying to say is that the head on the existing Screamer Killer is disappointing, but the way that you like seated it in this giant hulking Screamer Killer Carnifex body, and like the way you extended it, and like the mandibles that you added, it just sells it so much better for me. And I can't believe that this is the other than adding the mandibles, this is and extending the head, this is the unmodified head from that model. And it looks so much better on your Carnifex than it did on the standard model. And it really makes me appreciate it a lot more.
Oh, well, cool. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that and be very clear about that, because I love a lot of things about this, but I just think that you made the head really sing in a way that the standard model does not do. So excellent work, buddy.
Thank you. You know, I'm looking at that now, and I'm like, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
You know what I didn't add? I didn't add the veins on the skull.
Oh, whatever.
Like the original. All right. Well,
maybe I can go in and add those. We'll see.
I'm sure you could. Just a little bit of green stuff, man. You could get in there and just put a few little veins in there, add your own personal touch.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration.
I'll be like, I made this.
Hey man, and I think in the art world, if you change something like at least 10%, it is original. Now it is yours.
I do not want to mess with that. But as people's like internet connections are dropping, as my leg is like giving up the ghost,
Yeah, but
I,
before you do that,
Yes.
Diana has a message for you to read.
Diana. Oh yes, the lovely Diana, reminding everyone to please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, please leave us a comment and share this video. Make sure you subscribe. We've got in the description of this video, there's a link to my Patreon if you want to support on there. I was like, I would keep wondering if I should like create subscriptions on the channel. Is it easier for people to support through subscriptions than Patreon? I don't know. I don't post a lot of stuff on my Patreon. It's kind of like a tip jar, but maybe I'll set that up. But yeah, there's also a link if you're in North America to Fenris Workshop. You can buy all kinds of cool hobby stuff from them. If you're in Canada, Fenris will sell you Games Workshop product at a discount. And there is a link to use my affiliate link. That is the one link that provides the most for this channel. I swear to God. Fenris Workshop has like paid dividends over and over again. So that link actually works if you use it to buy stuff in the US, if you're buying like any hobby products, not Games Workshop. And then in Canada, if you're buying Games Workshop product, they're awesome dudes. So yeah, consider using that link because it helps out a lot. And otherwise, I think we're going to say goodbye here and we will chat with everyone again. We'll be doing Work in Progress Wednesday again in 2 weeks' time. We're supposed to stream again next Friday, April 18th, but I believe that Nora and I will be not available at that time, so I don't think I can stream at that time, but we'll see how it goes closer to the date. And what is the weird thing that we should ask anyone who's watching this on like the recording, like people in the live stream? We know you're our buds. You're here to the end. We can see you in the chat. But for anyone who actually watches through this whole video in the VOD format and they get to this final point, what weird thing should we tell them to put in the comment? Should they comment on this video with to show us that they made it to the end of the video? Does anyone have an idea?
Not a clue.
What's your favorite Ripper variant?
There we go, Will. Thank you. What is your favorite variant of, you say Ripper, right?
Yep.
So what's your favorite variant of Ripper? Do you like Spine Fist Rippers? Do you like Flying Rippers? What other variants are there, Will?
I don't know. I just remember like there were like 5 different little Ripper molds across a variety of different a couple of different sprues here and there over the years.
Oh, there was like the Ravener Ripper. There was like the Tyrannid Monstrous Creature Ripper. Just make it up. Tell us what kind of weird Ripper you like, even if it wasn't from a specific sprue or whatever. Peter, that's looking real damn good. Those legs are the right size. Do you think you're going to be able to get the tail to curl around? If you maybe if it moves
Yeah,
forward or
I was gonna use the Trigon tail again, but it's such a pain in the butt to like
no,
cut
just
all the little
sculpt it, dude.
portions off.
You have the power.
I know, but I'm trying to save time.
I know. Listen, do you follow Bits of Box?
Yes, I follow all those guys. They're amazing.
Bits of Box is one of the greatest sculptors I know. He refuses to sculpt things. He will whittle for like hours to avoid having to sculpt something.
Right.
So I understand.
I don't.
Oh yeah, so tell us what kind of Ripper you like. Put it in the chat if you've watched the video all the way through. You can just say like Spine Fist Ripper. Maybe it's a feeder tentacle Ripper. We never got one of those. That would be cool. Flying Ripper, Burrowing Ripper, the old school 2nd edition no eyes mandible mouth Rippers. I don't know. Just give us your favorite Ripper, and then we'll know that you made it all the way to the end, and we'll appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I think that's where we're going to sign off. So, Peter, thank you so much for joining us on the stream.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Hope you had a good time. Maybe you could join us again sometime if you want to.
For sure. Yeah. Just send me an invite. Let me know.
Sure.
Like this time works good for me most days.
Cool.
Because I actually have to go to my regular job, which sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I could do this all day long and get paid,
Wait, is your
This is what
real
I
job
do.
tattooing right now, or are you doing something else?
nah, I'm tattooing. Yeah.
Okay, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know. What do you think?
It's looking good.
Just needs to.
It's a beat. He's a big
Yeah.
boy. I like that.
Yeah, this is the 160 millimeter round base.
Hot.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. If you
Yeah, this
if you moved him a little forward, there might be room for the tail, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
definitely can move him forward.
But I don't know.
Center him right on it. Like so, here's like the regular base. It just
Yeah.
wouldn't be big enough. But yeah, buy him.
Oh, he's looking good. And he's like honestly, God, what was I think the guy's name's Paul Geacock or something. There was these sketches that I thought were Roberto Cirillo sketches, but are actually by someone else. And he did like big ass exocrines, and that's what inspired mine. And your gun looks a lot more like his guns than mine. The only thing I'm wondering is if the gun should be further back a bit. Like I think the extending in the front is good, but I wonder if it doesn't extend enough at the back.
Yeah, because the weight. But once he has like a big fatty tail, it's gonna feel like the tail is balancing and supporting the difference in the weight. And that's why I want to do these little. I want to do little forearms that are also weight supporting.
Nice.
Because in the artwork in the picture, he has like little tiny arms like this. They're just kind of folded up underneath there that aren't doing anything.
Yep. Right. No, I like the supporting ones. That's a good call. I just have you? Maybe I'll send you a link to the art I'm talking about. But
I have them.
Yeah. So in those pictures, the barrel. What's really unique about it is that normal like Tyranid like back gun barrels, they just kind of like spread out of the back and shoot forward. But I really like that it also extended back. And I thought that in the one you did for Mantis that it extended back a bit more, but maybe I'm hallucinating.
It did. I moved this one forward.
Yeah. No, I like how far it sticks out the front, definitely. But maybe like adding some spacer between the Barb Strangler barrels and the other exocrine barrel there. Like if you just like you got those barrels, right? And then where those barrels end and the exocrine barrel starts?
Right here.
Yeah, like you just cut it vertically there and then just spaced it out and like extended it. I don't know.
Give it like maybe like another half an inch to an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could I could do that.
Do you think it could embed a little bit deeper into the back of the thing? Because it kind of looks like it's
this part right here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, it's so attached on there.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean,
I would need like big like.
Oh no, you're gonna okay. Wait, I'm actually looking at the one.
Stickers.
I'm looking at the one you did, and you're gonna sculpt stuff in there. So forget it. It's fine.
Yeah, this is all sculpted in here.
Okay.
So like
gotcha.
trying to like unattach that would.
No, don't worry about that.
I'd snap it in half.
Don't worry about that. It's good.
I mean, it would be kind of interesting just here for conceptualizing. Is like here's the rupture cannon.
Yeah.
Like I could probably just cut that off and add that to the back.
I mean, on the off chance it's getting too phallic, I would be considering some sacks,
like ammo sacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good suggestion.
Of course, it would be very phallic then, because it would
that's fine, baby. It's a giant fucking cannon. Like it's gonna look.
Yeah, I do like adding that big rupture cannon on the back.
I think it balances the weight out the front. Because the weight out the front is great.
I can go with that.
Just, do you have any more of the what is it? The Norn Emissary horns? Because I really love that about your first one. It's like sticking down.
How I had them on the front right here.
Well, you have it on that guy that you said no one loves, the standy uppy walkie gun guy. It's like the walking Tyranifex.
Yeah, this gun right here.
I love that profile. Like I can't explain why, but something about the Norn Emissary like it doesn't have to be that bit, but like if you sculpt something or like kit bash something that had that same kind of angle on the front, because I think you did that with mantises, and I love that look.
Yeah. You want it like kind of like
Yeah,
curving in
Yeah.
more rather than curving out.
yeah, and then you could
Yeah, man.
snip those other horns and put them on top, like the other ones.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. I love the feedback. I
and then
appreciate
maybe
that.
like the front, on top of the existing exocrine gun, the front toxin vent or whatever yeah, like maybe we don't need that front one. No, the standy uppy one. Yep, just behind it. Yeah. No, on
That
top
right
you've got the
there?
4 like Titanic smokestacks, right?
Oh, right. Yeah,
Maybe we
those.
don't need the 4th one at the very front,
Oh man,
and that
I'm in
could be
love with it.
the horns instead.
I could put horns right there. This is
Yeah.
I love those. I'm so attached to those. Like,
Oh no, the other smokestacks are great, the ones at the back, but I feel like the one at the front, like
No,
maybe it's too
they're
big.
great.
if that one wasn't there, like I mean I could do it, but the just the profile is so nice.
Oh, okay,
Because
gotcha.
I was gonna sculpt on it to make it a little bit more spiky, just like
Oh,
in the
nice.
artwork.
Okay, gotcha. All right,
Yeah, because
I will
I wanted to sculpt more like right in here.
see. Now I'm overthinking it, and I just need to trust the artist.
Trust the process,
Definitely,
man. Trust the
definitely
process.
love the feedback though. Bring this arm forward a little bit more. I could probably widen those out a bit more since I got a bigger base. Yeah.
Those claws are so hot. They look so good. Okay, wait. I thought we were supposed to end this stream. You distracted me.
Oh.
God damn.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Cool.
I don't even know if the stream's still there. I've like completely.
It's still on.
Oh,
Still on.
Tom Wilson has arrived just as Diana has left. Hi, Tom. Bye, Tom. We got to rock. But yeah, tell us about your favorite rippers if you're watching the VOD. And now you've like stayed for like the extended edition where I just talk at Peter for 10 minutes. So thanks for putting up with it. Hope everyone's having a good time. Don't get worried about tariffs. As we've seen, they're not going to stick around. Random stuff is going to happen. I hope it doesn't ruin anyone's life, because there's been a lot of people who are very negatively affected by all this nonsense, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm glad we have this community to have fun, do other stuff, and I hope people can continue to be creative and use that as an outlet. As Peter was saying, it's a good therapeutic outlet. I definitely feel that 100%. So hopefully it can be there for everybody out there who might need it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll all talk soon. So thank you, Peter. I hope you have an okay weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll talk soon. Thank you, Will. Good to see your progress on your awesome Adepticon conversion. Well, I guess you were working mostly on your Malefactor, but do you have a name for that guy yet? Your Adepticon conversion?
Oh, I'm gonna call him a Neurovore.
Neurovore, I like it.
I like the head.
Oh, it's so good. And Kajan.
All right.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, I think it was coming together all right.
It's so good. That the use of that spore for the head with the Carnifex carapace, I feel, is very inspired. And Kajan, thank you for joining. Hope your work on your own Malefactor progresses well. And yeah, we'll talk to everyone soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right. You guys have a good one.
You too. Good night.